The interesting about Channel 4 is when Channel 4 appeared, it was kind of easier to get into TV than I imagine, than it probably would be now, because Channel 4 was started and the government, it was quite an interesting, I think it came out of the Thatcher government, because obviously they were very keen to, like, you know, promote business, promote entrepreneurship, promote kind of like, you know, basically turn things into a more overtly capitalist model. And TV was sort of a closed shop in a way. You had BBC, which was beginning to change, but was still kind of a bit of an old boys network. And you had ITV, which didn't resemble the ITV we have today, of course. It was a bunch of regional companies that had franchises that were allowed to make. So there was one in Newcastle, and there was one in Scotland, and there's one in kind of Norwich, I think, and there were a couple in London. In London, you had Thames TV, which did the weekday stuff, and London Weekend Television. But they were all, you know, you got into them, they were sort of jobs for life almost, you know, it was hard to get into, and they weren't really catering to a young audience. And when Channel 4 started up, the remit was that there had to be a large number of the shows had to be made by independent production companies, which didn't exist before that, because those big companies didn't look outside of their own kind of.
Yeah.
And so suddenly had this explosion of small companies. And so I was working for a few of them. And of course, they were also looking to make shows that weren't being made by, you know, ITV and BBC. And so they were looking for youth television or new television, music television.